This week we're celebrating Barbershop Music Appreciation Day. I'm guessing Barbershop Quartet is where there are more barbershop quartets singing across Colorado than you might know, including Verse Quartet. Hi.
Hi.
Hello. Welcome in. Oh my God, you almost did that in harmony. I love it. We have Grant, Holly, Hunter, and John here. So let's just start. Talk about how you guys all got into this.
Well, it's a longer story than I feel like we have time for, but just for this quartet, we had a Last Chance Next Generation quartet, which is 25 and under, and I was aging out that year, and that was 2 or 3 years ago at this point. So we competed in Cleveland, and then competed last year here in Denver, and then this year here out in St. Louis, and we're still here together.
Is that where the national competition moves?
Yep, the international competition, yep.
I didn't know they were like, is it a big thing in Cleveland? I was wondering.
No.
All right. It's good to know. All right, so explain it for people who don't know what barbershop is. What is it? Any of you, feel free.
Yeah, I mean, it is just 4-part harmony at its most basic level. It's, you know, there's actually a lot of really specific stuff about the style, but generally speaking, it's just 4 people singing together, and usually the melody is not on the highest part. Those are really the 2 components of it, so. Which
is so interesting, because you're so used to like being in a choir. I was the choir president in high school.
Excellent.
That was like 25 years ago, but everybody expects the sopranos to have the high part, but really, is it bass, baritone? Where does it live?
It lives on what, for people in choir, what they would call tenor 2, but in barbershop we call it the lead part.
Okay.
And that's usually where the melody sits. But sometimes it can also switch between the baritone, sometimes the bass gets a feature, rarely the tenor gets a feature sometimes, but it just kind of depends on the arrangement and, you know, what makes sense.
I was always a tenor because I had to be, because there were so few tenors in the choir, and I'm really probably a baritone. But so you guys were all part of the international competition, and you brought back some hardware. Tell us about that.
These are the Rocky Mountain District Champion medals. We were the 2025 district champs. So this year in about September, we'll be handing off the trophy to a new quartet. So.
Down in Colorado Springs this year, actually. So.
Oh, staying closer to home?
Yeah, sometimes we've gone to Ogden out in Utah, we've gone to Cheyenne up in Wyoming, but this year, yeah, the competition's gonna be down in Colorado Springs around September. So.
Love it. All right, so for people at home, what's one thing about being in barbershop that you think is interesting that people don't really know?
That's a good question.
The coolest thing that happened this year, back in 2019, is we introduced everybody in harmony in the Barbershop Harmony Society, which allowed women and other people to come into barbershop in Barbershop Harmony Society, which is what we're all a part of. And this year in St. Louis, one of our favorite quartets, GQ, won, and that stands for Girls Quartet. It was the first women's champions to win in Barbershop Harmony Society. So
I love that, because it's so traditionally something, and I was going to ask you this, it's so traditionally thought of, maybe the stereotype is that a barbershop quartet is men.
Absolutely, and I guess actually to add on to that point, one of the other quartets that's local to Denver, Sunday Night Social, they became the first barbershop quartet to earn a medal that was mixed. Because their tenor and their bass are actually married. They also became the first married couple to medal as well, I believe. So
that's
super,
cool.
super fun and super cool to also see, you know, like the Denver barbershop scene represented at the international level.
All right, I've got under a minute, so tell people how they can find you and where you guys perform, first of all.
Social media, Verse Quartet on Instagram and Facebook, and we'll be around. I don't know what other gigs we have. We're down in Arizona, if anybody wants to travel to Arizona.
Down to Arizona, check them out. And then I'll let you guys take it away. You're going to be singing throughout the show. Oh, he's got...
You got it.
Love it.
Last Night Alone.
Yep.
Last night alone on our way home, you turned and said to me, I love you so, and I want to know, what do you think about me? Sweet and lovely, that's what you are to me. Sugar and spice and everything nice. You're all a girl should be. Soon we'll marry, you'll be my blushing bride. I will smile all the while you're by my side.
First quartet, ladies and gentlemen.